I know y'all thought Dalton and Thornton Township finally calmed down. Baby, same. But shout out to the Lansing Journal for proving this circus still got 3 rings and a fresh clown. Because right when we thought the Tiffany Henyard saga ended, boom, here comes Napoleon Harris with his own remix of the salary scandal. And trust, he didn't come in quietly. No sir, he came in cashing checks like the township was his personal ATM. According to the July 8 Lansing Journal article, Napoleon's new salary as supervisor is straight up wild. We're talking 6 figures that make your eyebrows hit the ceiling. Remember when Big Tiff tried to lock in her $200,000 bag and got dragged for it? Well, apparently Napoleon took notes. Because now, FOIA receipts are dropping, and they say this. Man strolled into office and scooped a $200,000 salary like he was picking up coffee. No shame, no explanation, just vibes. But here's where it gets spicy. Napoleon is also a sitting Illinois state senator, meaning, while he's collecting township money, he's also cashing state checks. That ain't multitasking, that's a legislative hustle. The numbers show this man could be pocketing up to $292,000 a year, and folks want to pretend that's not a conflict of interest. Sir, you got 17 townships and the state house on your plate. You're not a public servant, you're a salary collector. With a LinkedIn addiction, let's talk receipts. Even after a slight correction from Paul Roberts, who, by the way, deserves a medal for keeping it factual, the math don't lie. Between Senate pay and Thornton Township dollars, Napoleon stacking close to $300,000 annually. This is who they voted for, y'all, a new face, same shady spreadsheet, same township chaos, just with a different headline. Thornton really said, let's run it back. Then WGN-TV's Ben Bradley pulled up to the admin building like it was Dateline. Fresh off a 4-hour candidate forum, Napoleon gets asked a basic question. Sir, do you think that salary is appropriate? And instead of answering, he hit back with attitude, defensive, deflective, like the question was the problem, not the fat check he's collecting. Child, we just stepped back into season 1 of the Tiffany Henyard series, except this time, the lead actor's wearing a Senate pin. Oh, and the kicker. Napoleon's only been supervisor for 3 months. 3 months and already making headlines for ducking accountability like it's dodgeball. April to July, and we already need. In scandal, Township Clerk Casey even had to release the documents herself just so folks could do the math. Once again, the people are filing FOIAs, calculating salaries, and asking why the public servants keep living like rap stars while the public's stuck in potholes. Same circus, new ringmaster, Nesbitt, Laud, at least somebody over there still has access to a working printer. Wait, wasn't there another woman handling this before? Oh right, she dipped over to Dalton. Don't lose me now. So Clerk Casey Nesbitt slid them documents over to Citizen Bulldog Paul Roberts. Big ups to him and his wife for keeping that pressure cooker hot. That FOIA drop revealed Napoleon Harris's supervisor's salary is listed as $22,950. I beg your pardon, because that number right there violates Thornton Township's own damn salary code from back in 2020. That pay chart spells it out, crystal clear. A first-time supervisor should be starting at $57,200. You don't hit the $202,950 range unless you've done 7 terms. But Napoleon must have seen that ladder and said, nah, I'm skipping steps. Because boom, he allegedly went straight for the top-tier bag. And it doesn't stop there. He's still making his full $89,250 Illinois State Senator salary. Add it all up, and this man is walking away with $292,200. That's basically $300,000. In this economy, for 2 jobs. Boy, be for real. But hold up, it gets even more disrespectful. A Township Officials of Illinois survey for Napoleon's region, Zone 1, shows that not a single supervisor in 82 responding townships was making over $100,000. Most were earning somewhere between $20,000 and $29,000. But Napoleon, oh, he moved in and cashed checks like he's running Amazon, just like Tiffany Henyard and Frank Zuccarelli before him. Both of them made over $223,000. Thornton don't just recycle corruption, they remix it. Now let's look at the supporting cast. Thornton Township is allegedly cutting a $120,049 check to Carla Cotton Burrows, Napoleon's so-called chief of staff. For what position exactly? Because it ain't on the website. Meanwhile, trustees Mary Avant, Chris Gonzalez, Valeria Stubbs, and Byron Stanley, all raking in $14,710 each. Sounds average until you realize 3 of them are first-timers who should only be making $11,195. So yes, they're allegedly overpaid too. Gonzalez, the only one who seems correctly slotted because it's his second term, and look who's still hanging on Finance Director Robert Hunt. He's banking $116,455 a year. But when somebody asked him about the budget, he pulled a dodge and said, "Ask Nesbitt. Sir, you the finance guy and can't speak on the finances." Okay, Clerk Nesbitt herself is making $17,825, which technically checks out, but also she's the one who handed over her own salary report. Cute, right? Now over to Highway Commissioner Antoine Russell. Shout out to him, he's clocking $27,519, but should only be at $17,825. Another $10,000 Strift Assessor Cassandra East, $53,716, seems fine. No red flags there. But pause, no. Slam the brakes. Keith Price is still listed as food pantry manager and pulling $72,219. That Keith Price, the one who was riding shotgun with Henyard like her emotional support linebacker, came through at the end, playing nice like a new deacon. Didn't drop an ounce, but started smiling like he worked at Chick-fil-A. Well, it worked, because he's still posted up, still eating good, still paid, and still draining your taxpayer dollars like it's direct deposit season every damn week. So let's break it down nice and loud. Tiffany might be gone, but the shady budgeting games are alive and well. And honestly, maybe Tiff wasn't lying when she said they'd be lying, because baby, they've been lying. Don't get it twisted, this ain't no redemption song for her. Sis had scandal on top of scandal, but it's clear now she wasn't the only one dipping into taxpayer treats. The township is hosting a public hearing on July 22nd at 5 p.m., and you might want to show up because every fund from the roads to the general budget got suspicious fingerprints all over it. So yeah, maybe it's time to refocus our attention on Thornton Township. Remember when they locked Big Tiff out that gym and made it seem like a victory for the people? We laughed, we joked, but now it's looking a little too coordinated. That whole scene might have just been a reroute to crown Napoleon so he could slide into a six-figure payday plus his state senator check. Cozy for him. But for the rest of us, it's giving different cast. Same corruption. Baby, I'm just saying, the math ain't mathing. Who? Shout out to the real ones who stayed till the end. Y'all the MVPs, hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new here, and turn that bell on so you don't miss when we come back to drag this township one more time. Because clearly, the drama is far from done, and for those pushing fake narratives online, baby, shame on you. How you black and still out here capping for corruption like it's a family business. Sitting up here defending mess like you getting a cut. Got the nerve to yell support black women when she's out here abusing her position for clout and cash. This ain't about identity. This is about integrity. And guess what? You going to jail. You going to jail. And that public seat you glued yourself to. Unis is it. Clock out, give back the keys, and go somewhere quiet. And to the one who stood up in a public forum like, I want to thank Tiffany Henyard and her team. Ma'am, girl, miss, come close, shut your stupid ass up. Say that foolishness to my face, because that level of delusion needs to be stomped out in full daylight. We ain't done, not by a long shot. The circus didn't leave town, they just swapped in a new ringleader. And trust, we watching every single move.